For those of you at home waiting, we haven't seen any zebras make a presence yet. We still got the nets sitting on the ice, and we haven't started the 3-minute warm-up clock yet, so we're just hanging tight till we get some officials out on the ice.
We should put out I think I'm Team Snap and all the dads have to pick me guest appearance in the broadcast. When we sent this out to my parents and my family group message, my brother goes, is Drew the broadcaster? And Ruby goes, please don't give me any good ideas. Maybe I should be a guest appearance on this year. Yeah.
Done with the 3-minute warm-ups, getting geared up for the second game of the evening between the Force and the Heartland Huskies Silver.
You're welcome. No, Mom's standing over there talking to Lori, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll get off the Wi-Fi. Here we go.
And see what's going on for once.
Okay. All right.
Llewellyn taking an opening face-off for the Force. We got Blackburn, Kelly, Legault, and Potts on the ice. Face-off picked up by Llewellyn. Shot. Saved off the side of the goalie. Llewellyn centers it over off the Heartland player. Gathered up by Potts, sent over to Blackburn.
There you go, pass.
Blackburn chips it in. Kelly steals that pass, knocks it to the boards. Taken through center ice by Legault. Legault loses the puck to the Huskies. Huskies back the other way. Blackburn back on defense. Shot, save, Hosier. Blackburn picks up the loose puck. Sends it ahead. On net, no icing. Line change for the Force. Hagen to pick up the first pressure. Huskies got the puck in their skates. Hagen comes away with it with Bodorf in the offensive zone. Harrison with a shot. Couldn't find it. Stuck under the goalie. Blown dead. Hagen taking the face off for the Force. Huskies win it, send it cross ice. Bodorf battling for the puck. Kept in by Warner. Warner centers it. Huskies come away with it. Chipped up by Hagen. Hagen maintains possession, making his way through center ice. Takes a hard shot, and he scores. Harrison Hagen puts one in to open the scoring for the Force. One nothing. 10:44 left in the first. In the face-off circle for the Force is Murphy Frage. Cumberland comes away with it, sends it around behind the net. Picked up by McDonald. Blackburn keeps it in with a shot. Blocked out in front. Centering feed to Cumberland. Can't handle it. Westhoff takes it. Throws it at the net. Blocked by his own team. Huskies bringing up the ice. Taken the other way by Westhoff. Save, Hosier. Centering feed blocked away by Fraze. Cross ice pass squirts through the middle of Hosier's 5-hole. Knocked away by the defense. Fraze with the pressure. Blackburn tries to disrupt the pass, can't do it. Shot. I don't know if that was deflected. Could have been a save. Hosier went right of the net. Pass picked off by McDonald. Offsides. Llewellyn in the face-off circle for the Force. We got Potts and Warner back on defense with Legault and Kelly. Hopped over Potts' stick. Warner back to retrieve it. Chips it up to Legault. Hops over his stick. Brought in by the Huskies. Shot. Save. Hosier. Picked up by Kelly. Kelly feeds it up to Legault. Kicked around in front of the net. Huskies back the other way. Cross ice is blocked. Picked up by Llewellyn. He's tripped up center ice. Penalty on the Huskies. On the ice for the Force, we got Hagen taking the face-off. Blackburn, Westhoff, Zaremba, and Bodorf. Huskies gathered around behind the net. Center it. Offsides. .115 left on the power play for the Force. Hagen in the face-off circle. Leaves it on the doorstep for Zaremba. Hagen, Bodorf battling for the puck along the boards. Bodorf comes away with it. Loses the puck to the Huskies. Zaremba there to contest. Hagen with a shot goes wide left of the net. Huskies come away with it. Blackburn getting back on defense with Zaremba. Centering feed, connects with another Huskies player, tries to backhand it, skips over some sticks, trickles to the boards. Blackburn chips it up. Zaremba and Hagen. Hagen gathers it up the other way. Hagen gathers it up, shoots. Save, Huskies. Martin Warner, Cumberland, Fraze, McDonald on the ice for the Force. Face-off won by the Huskies. Kept in by Warner. Covered up. 2 seconds left on the power play for the Force. 6:36 left in the first. Fraze back to the face-off. Huskies come away with it. Cumberland chips it up to himself, feeds it over to Fraze. McDonald chips it up and out, offsides, Huskies. Llewellyn in the face-off circle for the Force. Wins that one. Kelly there to pick it up. Gathered by the Huskies. Llewellyn picks his pocket, takes the puck the other direction. Now Huskies back the other way. Kept in by Martin. Cleared away by Warner. Deflected in front by Martin. Martin lifts the puck up. Almost connected with Kelly. Want to break the other way. The Huskies back through center ice. Knocked away by Martin. Huskies loses his stick. Got a hooking penalty. Grayson Martin with a penalty at 5:08 in the first period. Force go to a penalty kill with Hagen, Bodorf, Potts, and Blackburn on the ice for the Force. Huskies centering feed, deflected by Blackburn. Knocked away to the boards by Potts. Pressure pass picked off by Bodorf the other direction. Bodorf and Hagen, 2-on-2. We got a penalty and a good goal. Bodorf trickles in. He didn't get much on that shot, but it ended up getting right past the goalie. That is our third shorthanded goal of the day. 2 in the previous game. The Force are hot down a player. Face-off won by the Huskies. As they bring it up the ice. Hagen back in the face-off circle. Pressured by Bodorf as he bumps the Huskies player off the puck. Bodorf aggressive after the puck. Comes away with it after a turnover back the other direction, loses it off his stick. Gathers it up and sends it deep. Back the other way. Blackburn trying to get back in position. We got icing. Down on the other end, Frey's taking the face off for the Force. Gathered up by Warner. Sent up. Dice, Frey's. Taking it wide, takes a shot, goes in the net, hits the top corner. Glove side on the Heartland Huskies goalie. Murphy with a goal. .3-0 with 3:20 left in the first period. Frey's applying the pressure. Heartland players, they center it. Can't handle the pass. Cross rink. Westoff sends it over to Warner. Warner picks up the puck. Passes it up to Murphy Fraze. He's got it back in the offensive zone for the Force. Winding up wide again. Loses it off his stick. Sent in deep. Heartland back the other way. Nobody back on defense for the Force. Warner getting back in position. Shot, save, Hosier. Laying on the doorstep, knocked away by McDonald. McDonald through centers, gets tripped up. Maintains possession of the puck. Up to Fraze. Fraze gets bumped off the puck. Heartland regains possession, back the other direction. Stick lifted by Cumberland. Heartland comes away with it, makes one miss. Max regains possession of the puck, back the other direction. Squeezed off the puck. Huskies around behind their own net. Gathered up by Potts. That was Llewellyn. Puck trickles around to the boards, picked up by the Huskies. Pass deflected, gathered by Westoff. Force goes for a change. On the ice now for the Force, Blackburn, Legault. Legault hot off the bench. Brings the puck into the offensive zone and kicks out. Blackburn gathers it up, sends it over to Potts. Potts sends it into the offensive zone. Huskies take possession. I believe we have an offsides. 54 seconds left in the first, 3-0. Llewellyn comes away with face-off win. Takes possession of the puck. Legault loses it to the Huskies. Blackburn back on defense. Shot. Goal. Heartland puts a pass. Hosier. Hagen in the faceoff circle wins it over to Zaremba. Zaremba gathers it, fans on the pass. Offsides, Force. Hagen taking the faceoff. One over to Bodorf. Hagen through center ice, takes it wide. Wraps around. Bodorf trying to wrap the other direction. 15 seconds left. Battle below the Heartland Huskies net. Bodorf centering feed back to Blackburn. Blackburn with the shot. Save. Heartland. 7 seconds left. Face-off gathered up by Harrison. Round behind the net, and that'll expire the first period. Force up 3-1. Start of the second period, Force up 3-1. Hagen, Zaremba, Bodorf, Martin, and Warner. Scratch Martin, Warner, and Potts. Scratch Warner, Blackburn, and Potts on the ice for the Force. Potts with the puck back to Hagen. Hagen through center ice, sends it up and deep into the offensive zone for the Force. Bodorf gets tripped up behind the net. Force will go to a power play. Fraze taking the face-off for the Force. Blackburn, Potts, McDonald, Cumberland, Fraze on the ice. Face-off won, but couldn't handle it. Cumberland applying some pressure. McDonald, Cumberland brings it in. Gets bumped off the puck. Heartland back the other way. Puck taken away by Fraze. Chips it up the boards to McDonald. McDonald gets bumped off the puck. Harland. Blackburn back on defense. Puck gets taken away. Cumberland tries to chip it up. Centering feed by Heartland, picked up by Fraze. It's knocked off his stick. McDonald comes away with it. McDonald and Fraze. McDonald with a shot, save, Huskies. Warner, Martin, Kelly, Llewellyn, Legault on the ice for the Force. Warner with a shot from deep, gets tipped in front by the Huskies. Kelly back to gather it up. Chips it ahead to herself. Gets it knocked off her stick, back the other way for the Huskies. Martin knocks it off his stick. McDonald or Llewellyn applying the pressure. Warner back on defense for the Force. Shot. Save. Hosier. Glove save. Line change for the Force. Bodorf, Hagen, Zaremba, Westhoff, Blackburn back on the ice. Hagen picks the puck up with Bodorf back the other way, loses it for a second. Gathered up by the Huskies. He loses it off his stick. Bodorf's there to apply some pressure. Hagen comes in to pick it up. Zaremba knocks it towards the net. Intercepted by the Huskies back the other way. Westhoff takes it off his stick. Blackburn to gather it, loses it in his skates. Bodorf back the other way. Makes a move, too. Shot, save the Huskies. And a penalty on the Huskies, Force going to another power play. On the face-off for the Force. McDonald picks it up, centering feed, gets to Cumberland. He puts it in the net. Up. Aiden Cumberland with the goal. (4-1) Force. 10:01 left in the second. It's a great feed for that goal. Murphy keeps it in. Fraze makes one miss. Centers it. Another goal there by Max McDonald with a feed from Fraze. (5-1). 9:46 left in the second. Face off, picked up by Cumberland. Huskies then regain possession, and Cumberland knocks off his stick. Huskies through center ice. Feeds it cross rink. Blackburn on defense there, contesting him on the boards. It's knocked down. Fraze comes away with it. Making one miss, making two miss. Feeds it back to McDonald. McDonald takes a couple out. That was a great feed there. Fraze picks it back up. Blackburn tried to get the pass there and gets knocked off his stick, picked up by the Huskies, but applies some back-checking pressure there to pick the puck off and get it out of the danger zone there in front of the net. Centering feed can't connect for the Huskies. They try again. It's picked off, blocked away by Blackburn. Pass there deflected away by Fraze as he battles along the boards. Huskies through center ice. Centering feed connects for the Huskies. They take a shot. Goal. Legault, Kelly, Llewellyn, Warner, Westoff on the ice for the Force. Llewellyn taking the face-off. 5-2 with 7:56 left in the second. Llewellyn wins the face-off, kicks it up to himself, brings it in the offensive zone, makes a couple moves, sends it back to Warner, chips it up and down deep. Kelly there to pick it up, brings around the net, can't handle it. We got a hooking penalty on Llewellyn. In the penalty box with his dad. Back down the other end of the ice, we got 7:33 left in the second, 5-2 Force. Hagen in the face-off circle. Huskies come away with it. Zaremba with it on his stick, tries to feed it out, blocked away by the Huskies. Chipped up ahead by Hagen. He takes it off his stick. Hagen loses it. Huskies back the other way. Hagen applying pressure. Huskies center it. Knocked away by Hagen. Hagen the other way. This is dangerous. He's got speed. Here comes Hagen. Puts it in. Chips it right up over the goalie. Harrison Hagen puts a force up 6-2. .45 seconds. That's another shorthanded goal. We're up to 4 shorthanded goals today for the Force. Blackburn, Martin, Hagen, Bodorf on the ice. Blackburn to gather it deep. Surveys. Knocks it away from the Huskies. Still on his stick. Bringing it up the ice. Tries to center it to Bodorf. Couldn't connect, but Hagen back the other direction. Hagen looking to center it. Knocked away by Heartland. Behind the net is Bodorf as he swipes at it. Kicked out front. Picked up by Heartland. Picked up by Hagen. Squirts out. Bodorf applying pressure. Hagen back with it. Chips it up high into the offensive zone. Bodorf. Huskies back the other way. Deflected out in front by Fraze. 5:34 left in the second. Fraze into the face-off circle for the Force. They are back to full strength. Cumberland with a shot, deflected wide by the Huskies. Warner back on defense. Fraze to pick up the puck. Behind the Force's net. Huskies come away with it. Out the left side. Warner swipes at it. It's kicked around in front. Knocked away by Cumberland. Potts battling on the boards. We got a good goal. I didn't even get the opportunity to see that one. Not sure what happened. Llewellyn into the face-off circle for the Force. 6-3, 4:45 left in the second. Blackburn chips it up to Llewellyn. Llewellyn gets tripped up. Kelly picks up the puck. Takes a shot. Save. Harlan in front. Ooh, just wide of the net. Left for Llewellyn. Battle on the boards. Blackburn back on defense for the Force. Tries to come away with it. Heartland squirts by. Makes another move. Out in front. Save Hosier. Line change for the Force. We got Potts, Martin, Zaremba, Hagen, and Bodorf. Bodorf slides it to the side. Hagen rushing for it, chips it away. Taken by the Huskies. Hagen back with it. Sent to the sidewall, picked up by Bodorf. He feeds it back to Potts. Potts sends one in, blocked down front, chipped, saved by the Huskies. Potts picks it up at center ice. Martin back to gather it up. Taken by the Huskies. 3:13 left in the second. Fed cross rink. Defended. Squirts it back into the Forces zone. Huskies through center ice. Makes one miss. Defended by Hagen. Gathered up by Martin behind the net as he tries to send it up but can't get it out. The Huskies take it. Harrison with it on the stick. 2 to beat. Harrison going wide. Feeds it over. Can't connect with Bodorf or Zaremba. Potts back on defense for the Force. Pass doesn't connect for the Huskies. Centering feed, nobody home. Oh, loses it off his stick, tries to take a shot, fans on it. Cumberland in to contest. Fraze picks up the loose puck. Brings it through center ice. Offsides. Fraze in the face-off circle. Huskies take it. Cumberland picks his pocket. Huskies behind the net. Taking it the other way. Knocked around. Sent up the ice by Fraze. Gathered up by the Huskies as they send it into their offensive zone. Warner back to get the puck. Squirts to the middle of the ice. Fraze gets tripped up, no call. Gathered up by McDonald. McDonald the other way. Oh! Shot went wide right of the net. Just couldn't gather it up enough. Fraze battling below. Kicked around in the skates. Heartland Huskies come away with it with Warner and Westhoff back on defense. 45 seconds left. Sent up the ice by Warner. Icing. In the face-off circle, puck goes to the Huskies at center ice, and they shot that wide right of the net. Kicked around in the skates, gathered up by Llewellyn. Llewellyn and Legault the other way with Kelly up front. Tries to center it, doesn't get enough on it. Squirts to the middle to Kelly. Huskies back the other way. 2-1. End of the second period, 6-3 Force. Into the third period, 6-3 Force. On the ice for the Force, Bodorf, Hagen, Zaremba, Potts, and Blackburn. Blackburn to gather it up. Sends it up, Bodorf with the puck. Feeds it over to Hagen. Hagen feeds it back. Picked off pass by the Huskies. Blackburn swipes at it, misses. Hagen back to pick it up. Knocks it off his stick. Centering feed gets to Zaremba. Zaremba over to Potts. Potts feeds it up, hops over Huskies player's stick. Zaremba to chip it back up. Kicked wide by the goalie. Shot saved by the Huskies. Picked up by Hagen. Hagen gets it knocked off his stick by the Huskies. Blackburn Potts back on defense as Huskies come down the ice. Hagen picks his pocket before he can make it. Chips it in deep. Goes for a change. Blackburn steals the puck. Potts keeps it in. Squirts out. Oh, we had offsides. Thought he kept it in. Fraze in the faceoff circle for the Force. Warner with it. Takes a shot from deep. Fraze tries to tip it down. Blocked way by the Huskies. Westoff being pressured by the Huskies as they gain possession of the puck. Shoot. Goes off the side of the net. Fraze chips it up to McDonald. Squirts out to Westoff. Westoff feeds it over to Warner. Nope, Cumberland. Both got pink sticks. Cumberland gathers it up deep for the Force. Huskies come out with it off the boards. Westoff picks his pocket. Westoff feeds it over to Fraze. Can't handle the pass. Back to Warner. Warner sends it up and into the... Oh. Icing. .10:07 left in the third. 6-3 Force. Llewellyn in the faceoff dot for the Force. Blackburn, Kelly, Legault, and Martin. Legault gets tripped up. Penalty, Huskies. Huskies win the faceoff. Llewellyn comes over, takes the puck. Feeds it up to Kelly. Pass doesn't connect. Blackburn knocks it back into the offensive zone, gathered by Llewellyn. Loses in his skates. Sent down the ice. Hosier out of the net to gather it. Picked up by Martin. Blackburn knocks it away to the boards. Llewellyn there to gather it up. Blackburn stops the advance from the Huskies. Will go through center ice. Fed over to Kelly. Kelly with the lane to the net. Takes a shot. Trickles right in the net. Defensive change for the Force. Warner and Potts onto the ice. Shot, save, Hosier. Loose change picked up in front, put in by the Huskies. 6-4 Force with 8:41 left in the third. It was a shorthanded goal for the Huskies. Face off picked up by the Huskies, and Hagen takes it back the other direction. In through traffic, sends it in. Bodorf to apply the pressure behind the Huskies net. Kept in, nope, trickled out by Warner. Pass picked off by the Huskies, gathered up by Potts. Potts sends it back to the neutral zone. Face-off won by the Huskies. Shot, save, Hosier. Glove save. Fraze into the face-off circle for the Force. Face-off. Kick back, kept in by the Huskies. Take a shot from deep. Goes high of the net. Puck was played with a high stick. Huskies off that face-off win puts the Huskies within 6-5 with 7:43 left in the third. Fraze wins the face-off. Cumberland picks up the penalty for the Force. Force have been hot on the penalty kill. See if that continues with Kelly, Llewellyn, Blackburn, and Westhoff. Face-off won by the Huskies. Wind it up high. Centering feed deflected away by Kelly. Shot gets blocked around in front. Knocked away by Hosier. Gathered up by the Huskies. Takes a shot wide, blocked up high by Westhoff. Blackburn gets it picked off his stick, but the puck goes wide right of the net. Kelly clears it out down the ice for an icing. 45 seconds left on the penalty on Cumberland. 6:49 left in the third. 6-5 Force. Change for the Force. We got Hagen, Bodorf, Potts, and Warner on the ice. Face off one back by the Huskies. They shoot it. Goes left of the net. Centering feed. Knocked away by Hagen. Gathered by the Huskies. So they shoot from deep. It goes high, wide of the net. Trickles out in front. Another shot. Still kicked around in between. Hagen back the other way with one to beat. Short-handed here. He's got one. He makes him miss. Takes the shot. Puts it in. Harrison Hagen with goal for the Force. 6:22 in the third. Another short-handed goal for the Force. I think at this point we just need to play with 4. The rate we're putting in these short-handed goals. More room on the ice for Harrison to maneuver. He wins the face-off over to Bodorf. Shoots. Hits off the side of the net. Wraps it around. Loses the puck. He's upended on the other end. Hagen battles for the puck. Comes away with it. Then loses it. Back the other way. Warner back on defense. Huskies make a move. Can't connect. Tries to get another shot. Bounces that one off the side of the net. Zaremba to swipe it away. Tries to chip it up. Loses the puck back. Hagen to clear it. It's gloved in by the Huskies. Hagen through center ice. Winding up with one to beat. Takes another shot. Save. Heartland. 5:35 left in the third. 7-5 Force. Change for the Force. Blackburn, Martin, Fraze, Cumberland, McDonald. Fraze wins it, takes a shot at the net, doesn't make it through. Cumberland to battle, gets a stick and glove knocked off. Harlan gathers it with Blackburn back on defense. Makes a good move and splits them. Can't connect with the shot. Centering feed blocked away by Hosier. We got a holding penalty on Cumberland. .508 left in the third. 7-5 Force, and we're back on the penalty kill. McDonald, Fraze, Martin, Blackburn. Fraze wins the face-off to himself, kicks it up off his skates to his stick, loses it. Blackburn with some pressure here. Pass doesn't connect, goes to Fraze as he tries to clear it out. Goes into the neutral zone. Heartland offsides. Change for the Force with Warner and Westhoff coming on the defensive side. McDonald and Fraze stay on as our forwards Fraze into the face-off circle. Huskies win it. Warner, another offsides. 4:54 left, 7-5 Force. Chipped in by the Huskies, gathered up by Warner behind our net. Sent up to McDonald. McDonald Gets it taken away. Centering feed is deflected away by Fraze and knocked up by Westhoff to McDonald. McDonald the other way. It's 1-on-3, feeds it over, can't connect with Fraze. Fraze picks his pocket, makes 2 miss, gathers it deep. 4:14 left. Pass couldn't get through for the Huskies. Picked off by Westhoff. Warner to gather it back behind the net and send it around to McDonald. McDonald gets out of the zone, sends it up to Fraze. Fraze makes 1, 2 miss. Takes a backhand shot, save, Heartland. Goal.
I didn't see that.
Murphy Fraze with the goal. 8-5, 3:37 left in the third. Llewellyn into the face-off circle. 1 back by the Huskies. Deflected away by Llewellyn. Huskies tried to feed it up, swiped and missed on it. Llewellyn gathers it, loses it off his stick. Huskies back the other way. With Warner and Westhoff back on defense. Offsides. Huskies. .309 left in the third. Potts, Blackburn, Kelly, Llewellyn, Legault. Blackburn chips it ahead. Knocked around and gathered by Legault. He centers it. It's taken by the Huskies. Blackburn back on defense as the Huskies advance. Knocks it out of the Huskies' stick. Blackburn gathers it up. Sends it in. Huskies back the other way. Fans on the pass. Blackburn sends it ahead, not out. Llewellyn gathers it, still not out. Blackburn behind the net, chips it up to Potts.
Hello and goodbye. I've been here for 7 hours.
Bodorf back the other way, gets bumped off the stick. Kept in by Potts as he flips it up towards the net. Bouncing puck. Saved by Heartland's goalie. Blackburn back to gather it up for the force. Kept in by the Huskies. Blackburn blocks that pass. Huskies gathered up. Kelly with the steal. Bodorf from Blackburn battling for it on the boards. Bodorf comes away with it. Up to Hagen. Hagen getting his wheels moving. Loses it off his stick. Huskies back the other way. Pinched off by Hagen and Blackburn. Kicked cross ice to the Huskies. Zaremba knocks that one away. Offsides. Heartland. 53 seconds left in this one. 8-5 force. Hagen into the face-off for the Force. One back by the Huskies. Shot, save, Huskies. Hagen wins the faceoff back to Warner. Warner's slap shot goes to right of the net. 30 seconds left in this one. Martin swipes at it. Kicked around, still in the skates of just about everybody on the ice. Hagen knocks it away. Sent back down, gathered up by Martin. 10 seconds left. Tried to backhand Hagen on his own. 3, 2, 1. He shoots it. Saved. Heartland. Force come away with a win on this one. 8-5. In the day, 1-1. Dropped our first game, win this one against the Huskies. We come back tomorrow for our third game of the weekend. We'll see it tomorrow as the Force face off against the Lakeland Hawks. Be a rematch.